Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about a player score. It's actually not something that I thought much of or realized of what was going on very early in the game. So I thought I would go ahead and take a moment to, talk about where I'm at with it now that I understand it and what my goals are surrounding a player score. So we'll get into Palia. So right here, this player score, this 366, that player level, I guess, right? So that I believe is the total of each one of your skills added together. And I think I'd seen that number, but I hadn't really ever paid attention to it. And so for the longest time, it's just something that's there. But yeah, it's not really important, I'd say, for anything in the game rather than just something fun. Like it's an indicator of, how you're just overall doing. Because again, it's kind of a sum of all those parts. So whenever you break it down, I mean, just as a help of how we got here, right? Uh, you've got this focus bar, and each time that you do something in the game, you spend this focus to increase the experience on each one of these skills, depending on what it is you're doing, right? If you're fishing, it's going to increase your fishing skill. So if you have more focus going on this bar, then it can use that and get you more experience. If you are out of focus, then it will still give you experience. It's just not going to give you as much. And communing at these shrines give you better efficiency with these things. One of the shrines gives you more total. So I don't remember what you start off with, but as you continue communing at these shrines, that focus becomes out of 1,000, and that's the maximum. And then the efficiency is, how much you're able to use. And so that if focus bonus, right now mine says what, 1%, but that's also, yeah, increased focus bonus by spending renowned at shrines. Whatever it is, I have the maximum, so I don't know why it says 1%. I feel like it should say 100, but anyway. So we've got that focus bonus, and so what it does is it uses that bar to then put more into each one of those skills. So as you're playing around, you can kind of, if you don't know what you're up to in terms of this, you can kind of find out what it is you like to do and what it is you don't like to do just by looking at the individual skill rankings. Like clearly, I like gardening and I like hunting and cutting down trees. That's actually something that I've got to do a little bit of because I have recently taken up some decorating activities, and that is also why furniture making has gone up quite significantly over the last 2 weeks. But when I first kind of looked at, what is mine, I started realizing like, oh, there's things I clearly don't like to do, including fishing. Fishing is the worst skill of mine. I know it doesn't look like it now. Now it looks like cooking is, but that's because I have like designated, all right, for the next 15 minutes, I am fishing and I'm catching every single thing for 15 minutes. I'm not moving from this spot in the game for 15, and it's like I have to do that pretty much every single day that I'm doing this. And I got it up from I think 21 a week or two ago to 27, which is a good increase. Cooking, that's been rough for me because earlier in the game I didn't realize that, making preservative jars for focus, while it's very efficient and it works really well, that's actually not the path that I should be doing. I should be using those preservative jars for cash, and then I should be cooking to get that skill up. So that was so low for like the longest time. Um, Again, in the last like 2 weeks or so, I started actually making my own food, and it's gone up. I think it was around maybe 18, 19, 20, kind of that range. So it's like I've gotten it up about 5 levels in the last week or two just actually cooking my own food. Gardening is like the easiest thing to do in the game just because it's on your home plot. You walk past it and you're like, oh, that needs watered, or oh, that needs harvested. So like that just seems like the easiest one. Mining, that is one that it kind of comes and goes. Like I feel like I get into mining spurts and I'm mining a lot for a bit and then I'm not mining at all. And it's usually surrounded among like, am I wanting to make something? So do I need stone to make brick, to make pavers, to make, those builder blocks? So it's either I need stone or I don't need stone, and that's why I mine or I don't mine. So hunting, I was part of a party for a while, and so every single time we would play, it was a hunting party, and that was fun for a while. But once you only play one caveat of the game for so long, you kind of don't work on the other skills. So this one has been sitting right around the upper 50s to low 60s for probably a couple, like at least a month now, because I have pulled away from going hunting every single time I log into the game to doing other things such as bug catching. So I didn't realize how fun bug catching was until I actually started catching bugs. It's like hunting them is actually really, really fun because of the gold star versus not gold star, how they light up. So it's like you can go up high and you can see where all the gold stars are, and you start figuring out where it is that the epic bugs are likely to spawn, such as the jewel wing. It typically spawns every single day in one particular spot in the game. So it's like, well, go there first. It's a bit of a climb, but you go there, you check that area out, and then you go check out other places. But I actually have one more gold star bug to finish out my collection. And so I've been searching and searching and searching for that one. And I'll get there. But so yeah, foraging, right? I do a lot of foraging whenever it is time to cook if I'm running low on something, but also with just needing wood to make things like fencing and builders, wood walls and wood flooring and wood ramps. When it is that you're creating new plots, you need a lot of that material. So as of late, I've just been going to Kilima and just deforesting all of Kilima, and then I'll go to Bahari and I'll deforest all of Bahari. I would say that while it's not my least, it's not my most fun, but it's also not my least fun thing to do is foraging. You already know my least fun is fishing, but that's okay. Furniture making, I didn't really realize that like if you just make one of everything in the game, like your skill is gonna go up really high. But that's not really the point. They've made all these home tour boards and they've made all of these things, and they want you to make furniture to fill all of that out. And that's how you get your furniture level from like a modest amount to a pretty high amount, is just by putting furniture all over all of your plots. So you might have noticed all these medal counts right underneath, right? We've got 1,040 medals for fishing. So each week you've got these, it's like a weekly quest. So it's like once you do it, you get the medals. It caps at 2,000. Didn't actually know that. But anyway, so it's like you do those and then you get these medals. You can't start being part of the guild to do all the medals until I think you're around level 10. So it's like you have to get to level 10 and then you get like kind of admitted to these guilds and you get these medals. And if you pop over like each one of them, it'll tell you whose guild, like kind of who runs the guild. So you can spend these medals at each one of these locations. So Einar is for fishing. We've got Reth for cooking, right? Badru for gardening, Dari for mining. So it's like each one of them will tell you. So those are the people that you want to go to. And maybe in a future like player score update, maybe I'll show you what some of the guilds look like. in terms of what you can buy. But I did want to show you as well, they do sell plaques. Each one of these, I only have 7 of them, and you saw there's 8 skills. So it's like I have missed getting one somehow, and I'll get it here soon. But yeah, so it's like I just collected these and put them all here in this random room. Again, decorating, I'm still working on it, so disregard a lot of things you see. But we've got these 7 medals or 7 plaques here. Those are all things that you can buy with those medals from each one of the guild members. You can also, I think, buy other things such as this miner's case, the miner's anvil. You've got the furniture making tool chest, which it does fun things. You've also got the hunter's mannequin. You've got the forager's bonsai. And then I believe this is also one of them, the bug catcher's insectarium, I think, roughly. So these are just a sample of some of the things that you can buy. It's clearly not every single thing. Here soon, I will try my best to show you what some of the other things look like. All right, and yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, we can get my cooking skill much higher so you don't think it's insane that I have levels in 60s and 25. But yeah, keep working on your player score. We'll see if you can, well, what my goal is to balance out my skills a little better. Stop doing the things that I've done a million times over and start working on the things that I haven't. Because those ones that are like in the 20s, well, I just got my, I think, second trophy for those. And my hunting one, I've had my third trophy for a while now. So we'll get there. All right, like I said, I'll give you a player score update in a little bit. We'll see how how well I am at balancing some of these things out. Bye.